Okay, how about that? Hello, everyone. Welcome into the Monday Night CaresNet. My name is Colton, KI5LDJ, and I will be your host for tonight's live stream and the net tonight. Appreciate you guys bearing with me while I got my new computer, made sure everything was working all right. No audio, so that's why we start these things a little early. But hello, I hope you guys are all having a wonderful Monday. Hope it wasn't too much of a Monday for you. It looks like we already have Harv and Randy and Jason saying hi online. Hello guys, I hope you're all doing well. But yeah, I don't have too much going tonight. Just really trying to make sure that this was all working. So I don't have much of a prologue for you, but we're very glad you guys are here. We're going to get started in the next like 30 or 45 seconds whenever our lovely repeater lady, that's right, the repeater lady should be back. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. I know it IDs. I'm not sure if it's got the repeater lady on it. And we have Master Texan, Mr. Ryan. It's my vacation week, so this Monday was great. I mean, hey, yes, it's like Friday all over again. Another Saturday, a third Saturday. And we have Mr. Rocketeer over there, Mr. Matt. Thank you guys so much for being here. No repeater lady, says Randy. Darn. Well, I guess I'll just have to be on my P's and Q's. And it looks like it's 7, so we'll go ahead and get started. Let's see here, make sure I have all of the appropriate items up on my screens here. All right, let's get going. Good evening, everyone. We have no repeater lady to announce the time with this machine, but it is 7 o'clock, and that means it is time for the Canton Area Radio Emergency Services Monday Night Info and Trivia Net. This is KI5LDJ. My name is Colton, and I'm located on the north side of Canton, about halfway between Canton and Edgewood, up 859, and I am net control for this evening's CARES Net. Hello, Harv. Hope you are doing well, sir. New profile picture. I love to see it. For anyone new around here, CARES is the Canton Area Radio Emergency Services Radio Club. This net is held Monday evenings at 1900 hours local time. That's 7 p.m. Here on the K5VZC repeater at 147.200 megahertz. And this net is open to all valid amateur radio license holders. We encourage anyone and everyone to join in and participate. Let's see here. Do some rigging here. Make sure you can hear the radio. Alright. There we go. CARES, as a radio club, meets monthly on the third Wednesday of every month at 6:30 p.m. That's at the Van Zandt County Library on FM 859. Next to the Blackwell House Historic Home. All interested parties are welcome to attend our meetings. The purpose of this net is to build amateur radio use throughout Van Zandt County by providing a venue for operators to become comfortable and proficient in speaking over the public airwaves, and so that, should an emergency arise in our community, we will be ready to help receive and transmit emergency messages. If at any time you have an emergency situation arise, you may interrupt the net at any time with a break transmission, and I will take that call immediately. Do we have any emergency calls at this time? KI5LDJ, standing by for emergency traffic. It does ID in Morse there for us. Looks like we also have KD5QFC. Waiting to check in on the wrong video. Well, that's okay. I bet you were wondering where I was. You made it, though, so that's great. I'm going to have to go ahead and put down you and Jason over here. We have KI5QYD and KD5QFC. There we go. We got 2 internet check-ins already. And I guess we also have Mr. Harv here. Let's see. KD8CMN. Is that right? Go ahead and put that on there. Alrighty. There we go. Alright, well, luckily, sweet silence on the emergency transmissions. Always love to hear nothing for that section. Well, guys, that is our preamble. With all of our introduction out of the way, let's go ahead and get into check-ins. So, I will now begin to take check-ins. Whenever you check in, please, if you would, give me only your call sign and give it to me slowly and phonetically. After checking in, should you also need to check out early, let me know you'll be short time and we'll skip over you, let you get on your way. Those wishing to join us for the Monday Night CaresNet, please come now with your call sign. Let's see who's here this evening.
Hello. It's whiskey.
Alright. Hey, Mr. Nolan, getting us started for the evening. Y'all let me know how the audio is. Everything's in a...
Kilo Delta 5, Kilo Juliet.
I'm gonna bet that was KJ5HTO.
Kilo Juliet 5, Golf India Oscar.
Yeah, y'all let me know how it sounds.
Kilo Foxtrot 5, Victor Alpha Victor.
Look at that. Already have a good crowd. Kilo Delta 8's chiming in. Yep.
7, Sierra Oscar X-ray.
X-ray. Thank you for checking in slowly and phonetically, Harv.
India 5, Bravo Delta 8.
Yes, no, I did have... Randy was in there, but there was a double. And at the very end, I heard an Oscar.
Number 2, Tango Golf Mike.
And nice. Don't hear him all the time. Sounding good. All the way from down in... I believe he's in Henderson. Yes, yeah, I had... There was a double in there. At the very end, I caught an O, an Oscar. And it sounded like Matt's voice. His call sign ends in O. I was thinking it was him. Yeah, I think you guys did double, but I got it. You guys, I managed it. Well, all right. How about that? That was a fantastic run. I appreciate everyone for checking in. Let me go ahead and call out the stations that I have so far. Net recognizes KJ5FLW, 85KJZ, KJ5HTO, got you in there officially, KJ5GIO, we have KF5VAV, KF7SOX, KI5BDI, and N2TGM. If you have any others wishing to join us from the Monday Night CaresNet, please come now with your call sign for check-in. Alright, I'm glad we got our main crowd back. I know it's hard for everyone hitting that 70 centimeter machine. So very glad that this one is operational and seems to be working all right. I think you can kind of tell it not quite the same machine over here on the other end. The receive you can kind of notice, but it's working just fine, I think. Alrighty, well, fantastic. Thank you all so much for those check-ins. I hear no more call signs, so we're gonna go ahead and scoot on through here. I'm gonna give everyone a chance to make an official announcement of the check-in here and get some basic info from you. So as I go back through our list of call signs for those who have checked in, if each operator would please give us your first name, approximate location, and any traffic or suggested topics for discussion. We're gonna start off with our first check-in of the evening on the radio. That's gonna be from KJ5FLW. Your check-in, please. Yes, it does sound a little different.
Nolan, about a half a mile south of 80. Traffic.
Traffic. All right, Mr. Nolan, thank you so much for being here and getting our check-ins started off right. I appreciate that, sir. Great to hear from you. Next to check in will be KD5KJZ.
Good evening to you, Mr. Colton. Thank you for running a live stream. Glad to have that back. And good to hear everybody this evening. This is Randy, 4 miles south of Canton off of 198. No traffic that I'm aware of. Well, there's some going by on 198, but you know, just regular traffic.
Regular.
K5, K.
Yes, that's good. We'll come back to that. We'll see if that was actually anyone trying to check in. Alrighty, thank you, Mr. Randy. I appreciate you being here, and yes, I really appreciate everyone's patience as I was getting some new office equipment in, and my computer was spread all throughout the house last week, and I couldn't quite get it put back together in time, so do apologize, but very glad that everyone is here this week. Well, thank you, Mr. Randy. I got you in with no traffic. Let's see, next is KJ5HTO. KJ5HTO, your check-in.
Good evening, everyone. This is Matt. I'm located just a couple miles east of Canton here at I-20 and 1255, and I have no traffic.
Alright, super duty, Mr. Matt. I got you in the log here with no traffic from the east side of Canton. As per usual, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. And coming back to me, fixing your check-in there online. Very nice. Alrighty. Next up is KJ5GIO. KJ5GIO, your check-in. Hoffmanham is offline. I was wondering about that.
Hey, it's Ryan. I am on 47 south of World's Point. No traffic.
Beautiful. Yeah, I was wondering about that, Jason, because I believe that link was mostly facilitated by the Wills Point repeater. So since we had to switch radios, the actual machine, I can see how that might be a possibility. We'll have to have Randy clarify, though. He's definitely the guru on all of our machines. All right. Well, sorry about that little pause there. Thank you, Ryan. I really appreciate you being here, sir. Sounding just fine from the south of Wills Point over there, and I got you in with no traffic. Thank you for being here, sir. Next up, we have Kilo Fox 5 Victor Alpha Victor KF5 VAV. Pick it up at the fire department, and you can't tonight. Okay. Interesting. Could be conditions, but...
This is Cody, KF5 VAV, 2 miles south of Van, in the Finn-Wheeler. I do have one bit of traffic. Good evening, all. President.
Right. All right. Mighty fine business, Mr. Cody. Thank you so much for being here, sir. Been too long since I heard you. Great to have you back on the 2-meter. Let's see here. I have you in with some traffic, so we'll roll back around to you here in just a little bit. Thank you so much for checking in, sir. All right. Next up, we have KF7SOX. KF7SOX, your check-in, please. Just in case. Yeah, we'll see if Randy chimes in here. Maybe I'll ask him. Yeah, you can get a little bit of noise in there. That's alright. Alrighty. Thank you, Miss Marie. Sounding just fine from the heart of downtown Canton down there. I got you in with no traffic. Thank you so much for being here, ma'am. Alright, just a couple left to check in here. The next is going to be KI5BDI. Aww. Well, very sad. I admire your honor in still waiting around to deliver the bad dad joke. You know we all need that to keep us through, push us through the Monday or the week. So, alrighty. Well, thank you very much, Kevin. I appreciate you being here, sir. Alright, last but not least, we have Into TGM. Into TGM, your check-in, please. Currently downstage with Beardsburg. And yeah, that's kind of what I thought. I thought the usual repeater was doing it.
Name's Ken. Athens, somewhere just off the campus of TVCC, and I have no traffic. And I will also check out for this evening and listen out on the rest of it. Into TGM, back to that.
Alright. Alrighty, not a problem, Mr. Ken. Hey, thank you so much for being here and coming by and saying hi. We really appreciate it. Got you in with short time, no traffic from Athens. Sounding just fine. You're making the trip all right, which is very encouraging. Bet you got a heck of a setup over there. Well, all right, Ken. Thank you so much for checking in and throwing out your name, saying hello. We'll mark you down for short time, so no pressure. Just hang out and listen. Walk off whenever you need. Well, all right, guys. Thank you so much for those check-ins. Before we move on into the meat of the net here, do we have any other last-minute check-ins? This will be our last call for check-ins. So anyone wishing to join us for the Monday Night Cares Net, please come now with your call sign and participate in Winter Field Day. Their video don't pick up the Kaufman emoji. Oh, okay. And I actually did not do Winter Field Day. I really need to work on my HF rig. It's in need of some attention. Alrighty, I hear no more check-ins. Well, thank you guys all so much for being here. We got a good solid crew, the regulars, if you will. I do have one piece of traffic from Mr. Cody, so let's go ahead and grab that. KF5 VAV, you have the net. What do you have for us?
Thank you, sir. Appreciate the opportunity. Just one brief note about Thursday morning. We get about a rain coming in, and it's looking like throughout the day we're going to be wet. But somewhere around 2 a.m., expecting a little bit of potential for severe weather coming in. It's on the lower end chance, but be aware it's going to be early morning. Lasting right now until around noon. Your multi-source options open, batteries charged, and air to the ground for anything spinning up or touching down. That's all I have. KF5 VAV back to that.
How many contacts did you make, Harv? How successful was your field day, and where did you operate from? Just the house? Staying warm, I bet. I'd hate to go out and do it in the field over up north. Well, alrighty. Thank you so much, Mr. Cody. You took care of that one for me. I was also going to mention some isolated threats for mostly hail on Wednesday, with a few strong to severe strongs possible on Thursday as well. Not super, like you said, not a huge risk, but it is there. So thank you, and I'll just relay what you said. Looking at Thursday morning, raining, wet all day, and severe weather late at night, 2 a.m., I guess early in the morning. So, as the man said, make sure your batteries are charged and make sure your radios are on. And pay attention to the NWS warnings. Well, alright, thank you so much, Cody. I really appreciate you handling that. Alright, and I do have some traffic, but I have a bunch of stuff to remind y'all of. So, we're going to go ahead and give Kevin the floor here so he can deliver the bad dad joke, and we'll let him get on his way before I break into all my reminders here. So, KI5BDI, what is the bad dad joke for us this week? KI5BDI, this is Net Control. Are you still around for our bad dad joke? KI5BDI. Well, maybe not. Did anyone have a backup bad dad joke? Alright, well, I guess he was pulled away and had to get out there, get doing some things. So, I don't have a bad dad joke tonight prepared for y'all. I did not have one left in store here. So, maybe someone else has one. If you do have one, maybe throw it online here in the live stream. I'll read it out. I'll let you guys fight for whoever wants to give us a good bad dad joke tonight. And until then, I'll just give you my little reminders. As previously mentioned, I was going to say we just have isolated threats for mostly hail is the biggest threat on Wednesday, and then going into Thursday, gonna be raining. It's just gonna be raining. It's gonna be wet. Thank you so much, Mr. Cody, for keeping an eye on that for us. My main thing was going to be Skywarn training. Skywarn training is coming up. The season is upon us for Storms. So I just wanted to make you all aware of the training availability that's coming up. If you are keen for in-person meetings, and you'd like to go into a setting with a teacher and PowerPoint, someone that's knowledgeable about the field, Rains County is going to be the closest that class is being held, just up in Emory at the volunteer fire department. So that's going to be February 20th in Emory at the volunteer fire department, February 20th at 6 p.m. It's an in-person class for Skywarn. That certification is good for 2 years, so if you can't remember the last time you got it, might be a good idea to go back. Always great knowledge, especially going into our rainy season, about identifying weather patterns, clouds, tornadoes, different weather conditions and environmental conditions, and also reportable conditions, of course. What size hail do you need to report? When do you report a tornado? When do you report flooding? All that and more taught at Skywarn. It is a free class, and that certification, again, is good for 2 years. Very good for everyone to have in CARES, and especially my Aries folks out there. Definitely want everyone Skywarn certified for that. If in-person isn't your thing and you prefer convenience to the in-person meeting, there are online classes that you can sign up for. We have basic classes. There's 2 levels for this. The in-person meetings will do it all in one go, but the online classes are split up. So we have the level 1, the basic NWS Skywarn class is going to be February 19th and March 1st. Those are going to be at 6:30 p.m. and 9 a.m. respectively. And then we also have the advanced, the level 2 virtual meetings. Those are going to be March 22nd and March 26th at 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. respectively. So February 19th, March 1st, 22nd, and 26th. So those are all coming up here in the next couple of months. I'll make sure to forward all this info over to Kevin and hopefully get this on your weekly emails. And I'll also try and send out a little email to all of our Aries members. Speaking of Aries, wanted to apologize for missing last week's meeting, or last month's meeting rather. Had some vehicle trouble that I had to attend to, but I do plan on next month, this upcoming meeting, bringing you guys printed out, and we'll see how nice we can get it. At least printed out. Skywarn procedures, for as a little reminder to everyone for what we're looking for Skywarn nets, and how to make reports, and all kinds of stuff, how the net should run, as well as the frequency list for all of the CARES repeaters and some of our neighbors over there. I'll be there to program radios for anyone that wants their HT programmed in with the frequency list, and of course be signing task books. So all of our Aries members, we got stuff to do at the next meeting. Hopefully we can get all that done. Oh man, we have a lot of good jokes over here. Alrighty, this is once again KI5LDJ with the Monday Night CaresNet, and we have a bad dad joke from the internet. We actually have a couple. Let's see here. The first one I'm just going to give you guys here, because I got a couple and I want to say them both. They're both good, but in the interest of time, Mr. Randy brings us one. KD5KJZ. He asks, why are elevator jokes so great? Well, it's because they work on many levels. Get it? Elevators. Many levels. It was good. You know it was good. And then we also have one from Mr. Matt here. He asks, what do you call a chicken that is staring at lettuce? What do you call a chicken staring at lettuce? Anybody got an answer to that? If you think you know that one, what do you call a chicken staring at lettuce? Bring me your call sign. See, it's got you stumped. Well, what do you call a chicken staring at lettuce? Chicken sees a salad. Chicken sees a salad. Yes, that's... If it made you groan, that means it did right. It's a bad dad joke after all. So thank you so much, Mr. Randy and Mr. Matt, for bringing in the last minute bad dad jokes. We'd love to have that. 531 phone contacts. My goodness, you were busy. And 237 CW contacts. How is your wrist still attached to your arm? I don't understand. That's a lot. You were busy. Well, congratulations. That's a very successful field day for sure. Alrighty, guys. Well, I've kept you all here for long enough. Let's run through some trivia questions. You guys are all veterans here. But just in case anyone online doesn't know, what happens here is I run through a list of trivia questions that I have pulled up here. And I'll go through our list of call signs and give each operator a chance to make a guess at the question. We don't have any prizes other than bragging rights, but those go an awful long way. And tonight, I brought it back down to the hobby. We have radio-based trivia questions tonight. We're going to see how much you guys know, how much you remember from your exams. Alrighty, y'all. Once again, KI5LDJ with the Monday Night CaresNet moving into trivia. Our first amateur radio related trivia question. Question number 1. Which international organization coordinates worldwide amateur radio activities and allocates frequencies? Which international organization coordinates worldwide amateur radio activities and allocates frequencies? We're going to run through our list here. We're going to start with Mr. Nolan from the very top, KJ5FLW. Exam was 23 years ago. FCC, not a bad guess.
I don't know on that one.
No hard feelings, sir. 85 KJZ. Wait, that's the federal.
I'm sure I know the correct answer, but is it a part of the IT, the International Telecommunication Union? The only thing I can think of, 85 KJ.
All right, the ITU. Mr. Matt, what do you think? KJ5HTO.
I don't remember that from the test. Yeah, honestly, I don't know. IDK for me. I'm going to have to go back and look at that.
All right. KJ5GIO. And another for ITU, looks like.
Yep, I second the ITU.
All right. KF5VAV.
If they hadn't have said it, it wouldn't have come to mind, but ICU sounds real familiar, and I kind of vaguely remember reading that, I think, when I was studying for the test. I'm going to go with ICU, the National Communication Union. KF5VAV.
Close. Alrighty. Let's see. My next victim is KF7SOX. Stitching out on my embroidery machine. Oh no.
Do a IDK, KF7SOX, back to that.
Yeah, don't let it run crazy, D. Alrighty. Mr. Kevin and Mr. Ken have both been short time, so you are our final guess. The answer that I'm giving here, folks, we had a couple correct ones. The answer is the ITU, International Telecommunications Union. India Tango Uniform, International Telecommunication Union. Not bad, guys, not bad. Clicked on the wrong icon here. Alrighty, stumped a couple of y'all on that one. Let's see here. What's gonna be a good one? Here we go. We had someone online talking about Winter Field Day, so this might be a little bit related to that. Our next question, our next amateur radio trivia question for tonight. Question is, What is the term for making contact with a station in another country? What is the term for making contact with a station in another country? You guys know how I like to do it. We are flipping the order around. That means Miss Marie is first. KF7SOX.
This is KF7SOX. I've never made a contact, but is it a QSO? KF7SOX. Back to that.
Okay. Alright, a QSO. Think we've all heard that a time or two. Let's see. Next is Cody. KF5VAV.
I think that's a pretty good guess. I, too, have not made an international contact, just other states away, but I think that's a technical term. If not, I have not heard a technical term. If I have used that.
Alrighty. Let's see. Recently general class licensed. I wonder if he's got the answer here. Mr. Ryan, KJ5GIO.
It's either QSO or it's QRP, which is low power mode.
Alrighty. Let's see if you get that one right. See how much you remember from that test. Next up is Matt, KJ5HTO.
Alright, I'm going to go with DXing. Making international contacts is called DXing.
DXing, and Mr. Harv in the chat also says DX looks like. Alrighty. Let's see. Mr. Randy, KD5KJZ.
Yeah, I'm going to go with DX. Delta X-ray. 85 KJZ.
And Mr. Nolan, KJ5FLW.
DX. 85 FLW.
Alright, well, we did have a correct answer in there. Who got it right, though? Alright, I had an error posting my answer online. Awesome. The answer that I'm given here is DXing. The D standing for distance communication. And of course, X is just on everything for ham radio. TX for transmit, RX for receive, DX for distant transmission, distant communication. There we go. You guys are doing pretty good. Alright, not bad, guys. Doing pretty well. Well, we're about halfway down through the hour, so we'll just run through this last one real quick, and we'll call it quits for the night. Our final amateur radio related trivia question. We'll see. I bet a couple of you will get this one right. This last question is, what do the letters SSTV stand for in amateur radio communications? What do the letters Sierra, Sierra, Tango, Victor stand for in amateur radio communication? Into my embroidery machine, so I'm going to go ahead and take it out. Okay! Well, that's very lovely. That's a wonderful thing to be busy with. You enjoy doing that, and stay safe. Have a good night. 7 3s. Alright, flipping it around once again, starting with Mr. Nolan, KJ5FLW. 7 3s, D. You have a good night. Thank you for being here.
Service value.
Sure. Alright. Let's see Mr. Randy, KD5KJZ.
Before I give an answer, just want to clarify, you did say Sierra, Sierra, Tango, Victor, correct?
Affirmative. SSTV. Sierra, Sierra, Tango, Victor.
Alright, yes. How about slow scan? T85, K.
Alrighty, we have Slow Scan TV. Let's see, my next one is gonna be KJ5HTO. Hey, how are you doing, Leanne? Thanks so much for coming and saying hi. Hello, hello. Well, I hope you're doing good, girl. We're doing all amateur radio related trivia, so probably pretty boring tonight. And I do apologize. It looks like I'm having some connection issues over here. I'm not sure how to work through that. Alrighty, let's see what Ryan thinks. KJ5GIO. But I hope you're doing good. Thanks for coming and saying hi, Leanne. Fantastic to hear you. Yes.
I was originally thinking side scan, but I think slow scan may actually be the correct term.
Okay. Yes, you got to come on here and say hi. I'll bring back the 80s music trivia for you next week. That way we can get you some trivia in. Alrighty, we're coming to some consensus here, it sounds like. Let's see, Mr. Cody, KF5VAV.
Well, so, rules and all, game shows, they're pretty specific about giving an acronym here. It's a full name for things. I thought with these close cam television,
Yeah.
I'm thinking close cam television, full correct name.
Ah, yes.
KFIV.
Check in next week. Excellent. I would love to have you. You're welcome here anytime. You don't have to give a care about radio if you don't want. Just come and see how good you do at trivia. And to see my beautiful face. Alright, we have a very proper answer there. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Last but not least, round us out, Miss Marie. KF7SOX. Technically correct is the best kind of correct. Yes, you're absolutely right.
I can remember it is, and it's a way to send pictures over the airwaves.
Yes.
KF7S.
Alright. Well, I thought you guys would do pretty good on that one, and you are all at least in spirit correct. I do admit, the technically correct. I mean, we did have Ryan come in afterwards online and say technically correct, which is the best kind of correct. So Cody definitely got the technicality on that. A few others got it too, but yes, SSTV stands for Slow Scan Television, used for transmitting images, as Marie said. So I know that a bunch of people like getting SSTV from the International Space Station. They send out their pictures and all that on SSTV. Never tried it. Sounds really cool though. But yeah, SSTV. As a quick side note, I was going through installing the custom firmware for my little HT that allows me to send text messages through. What is it? It's I think it is frequency variance. Oh goodness, what is it? Can't remember what it is. But I noticed that one of the versions of the firmware had an option to send SSTV between the radios, which is just different. you could load a custom picture onto it and just send that through SSTV. So anyways, interesting. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me for the trivia. It's 7:37, so I think it's about time that I let you guys get on out of here for the evening. But thank you guys for participating in the trivia and in tonight's net. Let me get down here. You'd think I've done this enough times that I know the whole script by heart, but let me see what the last part is. Yes, barring any other pressing announcements, I will now begin to take checkouts and close down tonight's CaresNet. As I go back through the list of call signs, please check out, make any final comments you may have. Say goodnight to everyone. We'll start from the top of our list. Show them how it's done, Mr. Nolan. KJ5FLW.
Thank you, Cody, for running the net. So I can question. Hope everybody has a 73 FLW.
No, not FLDG. It's much more. I don't know why the term is escaping me right now. Oh my goodness. Yeah, FSK. That's what it is. Frequency shift key. It's like you can choose different baud rates, and it sends text messages through FSK. Pretty interesting. Alrighty, thank you, Mr. Nolan. Hey, thank you for the kind words. Right back at you, sir. Wouldn't be able to put on a good net without you guys participating. So appreciate you being here and jumping in, open up the check-ins, and I hope you have a good night, sir. Stay safe, and 7-3s. We'll see you next week. Next up to check out is Randy, KD5KJZ.
Alright, yeah, just a real quick piece of additional trivia. When we lived in Denton County, and the young son, Colton as well.
Colton
was
as well.
in,
The best
grade
name.
school. AMSAT came up to school system up there in Denton and communicated with the International Space Station, the PHF/UHF,
Yes.
and also had slow scan TV running through our system. We were able to watch and listen.
That's
Quite
cool.
interesting.
Yeah.
And we thank them graciously for their participation. But anyway,
Yeah.
thanks for running the net this evening, sir. Good to have everybody to join in. And I hope to see you real soon. Everybody keep your galoshes dry and your powder dry.
Yeah.
85 KJZ.
Now that is very neat. I've seen their pictures and videos of the outreach and programs for kids that they do and stuff like that, and it looks like a blast. I think even as an adult I'd love it. Are you kidding? I mean, who doesn't want to talk to astronauts, right? We're all big nerds. Sounds great. But yeah, that's a really cool experience. I hope it's a memory he keeps with them for a long time. Well, excellent. Thank you so much, Mr. Randy. You have yourself a fantastic night, and you and the XYL, stay safe and warm and dry, like you said. Looking forward to the weather coming up. Have a good night, Randy. Thank you, sir. Next up is Mr. Matt, KJ5HTO.
Alright, hey, great job tonight, Colton, as usual. On the airwaves and on the internet. Appreciate that very much. So y'all just have a great rest of your week. Hope to talk to you on the air throughout the week. Y'all just have a great one. Alright, KJ5HTO.
Well, thank you so much. It's very kind of you, Mr. Matt. And yes, thank you so much to you, and I know we've had Charlie on pretty often. Dave's been on pretty often. Thanks, guys, for keeping these repeaters warm. It's been fantastic hearing you guys chat in here every now and again. And very good to come back to you guys and catch up with y'all. So, right back at you, sir. I hope you have a fantastic night, great week, and stay safe. 7-3s to you and your family. Next up is Ryan. Our next checkout is from KJ5GIO. FLDG. I haven't tried FLDG. Now I'm thinking about it.
I tried to talk to the space station when my family was here last year, back in August, and I gotta get a Yagi if I'm gonna do that. But I was able to hear someone from Georgia and someone from Mexico, so there's that.
Yeah.
But appreciate it. Talk to y'all later. KJ5GIO.
Yeah, I have opened up that repeater on there from my vehicle, just with my mag mount, and that was interesting. My hopes were very high, but of course that's not really going to work out great. But yeah, the same, pretty similar experience listening to people from a bunch of neighboring states and countries, and it was pretty awesome. Well, I'm glad you got to experience that, and I'm glad you were here tonight. Thank you so much. It's refreshing having you back on the net after all of your studies. So newly licensed and fully welcome back. So thank you, Mr. Ryan. I hope you have a good night and a great week as well. 7-3s to you, sir. All right, we have just a couple left to say goodnight. Next up is Mr. Cody, KF5VAV.
Well, thanks, Colton, for running the net and the live stream and all the things you do for us. I can't believe I missed DX. I'm sitting here shaking my head still. But anyway, I hope you guys all have a great evening and great week ahead. And like I said, be weather aware. KF5VAV clear.
For areas reports and general messaging. Huh. That makes sense. I know that down here they want us to use WinLink. Look into FLDigi. Well, all right. Yeah, I knew you knew that one. Whenever I heard you say it, I was like, oh, he knows. He knows what DXing is. So we fooled you on that one, tripped you up, made you think a little bit. But excellent. Hey, thank you so much, Cody, for being here. It is fantastic having you on these nets with your new radio setup there, sounding good, strong signal in. I can understand every single word. It's just great. Thank you so much, Mr. Cody, for your kind words and for being here. And right back at you, Mr. New VP. Thanks for thanks for everything you do as well, sir. Have a great night and a great week. We will see you next time. 7-3, sir. All right. Last but certainly not least, we have Miss Marie, KF7SOX.
KF7SOX. Also, thanks for running the net. Testing us with trivia knowledge, getting us thinking.
Yeah.
In the early evening. So,
Yeah.
I'll be clear for now. 7-3, y'all. KF7SOX.
Well, thank you so much, Miss Marie. You guys are very kind. I don't do much. It just looks like I do. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. I would not be able to put on a good net if you guys weren't here to listen to it and talk back to me. I'd just be sitting here on a camera by myself, and maybe some people would find that interesting. No one here though. So thank you guys for making it an event and being here week after week. With the internet and myself, we had 12 check-ins. So it was pretty good, and I think I got everyone on there, yeah. So that was great, much better than our quiet nets. I'm very glad everyone was able to make it over to the 200 machine with the new settings, and it was great to hear everyone. So with that, that's going to be it. For the last time, thank you once again to everyone for joining us on tonight's net, and we're going to go ahead and close down the CaresNet for Monday, January 27th, 2025 at 1945. And we'll be returning the repeater to normal amateur radio traffic. Thank you guys and have a good night. This is KI5LDJ. We'll be clear. 7-3s, everyone. Well, that was it. That was the net. So I know I look a little bit different. Probably sound a little bit different. Still got to work out all of that with the new computer placement and setup. There's a lot going on over here now, but I appreciate you guys for bearing with me through that. Great for email. Let's see. The operator. Yes. Drone via acoustic coupling. I'll have to look into that. And 7-3s to Mr. Matt. So thank you guys all so much for being here. I've got some new FL Digi to look at and all kinds of stuff. We had some friends, some IRL friends that don't even care about radio coming in and say hi. So that was fantastic. And of course, all of our regular crew. Thank you so much, Harv, for being here. Thank you, D, for being here. And thank you, all of our radio friends that came over to the internet as well. And Jason for stopping in and saying hi before his training. Maybe in the middle of it. Maybe he's just being a little naughty, getting in there and messaging us when he's supposed to be in class. That's okay. Quick message is fine. I hope you guys have a great night. 7-3s to Mr. Matt and Mr. Harv. And y'all have a good one. If you haven't already, I don't know why you haven't, but like, share, subscribe, do all the things, and get notified when we go live next week and all the weeks after that. And we'll be looking forward to seeing you. So until then, have a great week and 7-3s. Good night, everyone.